Alright, so yesterday, all I was able to manage to get done, I got the turbo built, got it rebuilt, and all that fun stuff. And then I was called in to eat, so I just called it a day. It was already like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was hot, miserable. And so, what we have left to do is we're going to have to install the new fuel injector. So, I've got, let's see what I got going on here. So I got the work area all set up. It's right over here. I got my step stool set up. I got my table that I use for scaffolding. I got some tools. And got the camera set up. And we'll just go through what we have to do here quickly. So we're going to have to lay this bottle back down in the hole here where the air filter goes. I put it back up here because I was worried that it sticking up the way it was, it might interfere with the hood. So yeah, we got that out of our way. We're going to have to, take that down. I got to take out a couple of bolts we left in the valve cover. Got one here. Got one down here in the back. And then we can get the valve cover off. We can start working on getting the dummy plug and standpipe out so we can get ready to pull the oil rail. And then we can actually get to the fuel injector that we're going to change. So, I don't know what else to say other than we'll just jump in here and get started, huh? So from what I understand, what I gotta do next, I can pull this dummy plug out right here. Pull out this dummy plug, the standpipe right here. And these are the upgraded parts. Maybe you've seen some of the other videos, maybe not. But yeah, I put in the upgraded dummy plug, standpipe, all that good stuff in there. Now, we're gonna have to get those out and let them drain. And then we're gonna have to pull all these fasteners out here that hold the that hold the oil rail on. That's all gonna have to come off. And then once that's done, we can get that oil rail out of the way, and then hopefully at that point we can get the fuel injector changed. So next thing you do is get our 12mm hex right here. Something to drive it with. That's not too bad, but I don't know if it's gonna work out. We'll try it. set it there to drain. That's nonsense. Ain't got that much oil in it. Peanut butter jar. That's good. Alright. Well, I'll probably go ahead and inspect it while we're out of here. So, look at there. Seeing some signs of wear here. And on there. Oh man, that's not good at all. I'm gonna need to replace that. It's broken. So that means it's gotta come. Gonna be down that much longer while I get that stuff in. Call Ford and see if they have in stock, but I doubt it. So as you can see in the picture here, the O-ring at the small end of the dummy plug has managed to get torn in the process, and it will therefore need to be replaced. Alright, so now onto this. Alright, so let's see what happens when we pull the dummy plug. Or, this is the standpipe, excuse me. Boy, that is a pull there. Okay, got it. Alright, it's cracked loose. We'll get the Milwaukee on it. Alright, like before, we got only half of it. Looking it over. I don't see the damage on the O-ring that I had on the dummy plug. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so T30 fits these. I gotta take out all these bolts that hold the oil rail down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bunch of them. It's fully seated. Okay. There we go. That's broke loose. Whoops. Easy now, easy now. Come on. Bend this over just ever so slightly so we can get on there straight. Come on now. There we go. That's broke loose. That's good. Alright, we're about 90% sure we got them all broke loose. So now we can see if we can get the bolts out. The old Milwaukee's. Beautiful shot of the wiring harness there, by the way. Just beautiful. Can't do much with this. Bend it out gently. Okay. Alright. I think that's got all the bolts. Wouldn't hurt to double check. And this one. There is one more. No, I got it. No, okay. So. Okay, there it goes. All right. Try and get it up here where we can just kind of let it drain a little bit. I think we're good. I think we can lift it out of here. Oh, it's leaking like a dog. So we'll still drain it out a little bit here. Let's see what we got here. So this is what she looks like once you get the oil rail out of the way. You can actually see the rocker arms and all that good stuff. Can't really see the last one as well. Well, you can. See, there would be the hold down. We can check to see if this is the right size. Yeah, this is one of my dad's tools. I inherited his tools when he passed away. It's a T45, or excuse me, a T40. It's a snap-on tool. I do not know the part number, but it's a extra long T40. And from the videos I watch, that is what you want. So basically, I need to get this on there, and we'll take that hold down clamp loose. We need to get an 18mm socket on this connector here to push in the tabs and push it through. And man, I wish I had done more cleaning before I open this thing up, because look at the filth on there. So I'm going to try to wipe that down without knocking it into the engine. Good luck with that. And we get the connector loose, and then we can actually remove the troublesome fuel injector, which is right there, number 8. So, yada yada. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, I definitely want to clean that off some. I don't want that dirt to end up inside. So, we can talk about it or we can do it. So let's get busy. In order to do this, to push the little plastic clips in, they say you use a 18mm socket. But what I have in an 18mm socket is these shallows. And then I have some deeper ones, but they're like impact sockets. So here's a 3/4 inch with the thin wall. So what I'd like to do is try that. Let's see what happens. Let's set those down there. Move all this crap out the way. What about the 19? Not working. Okay. Set you over here. To the socket. I took it off and I traded it for the oil, most likely. That's what I do. should have it. Okay. All right. 4 tabs, just like we're supposed to have. Alright. Alright, well, we only had to do that once, thankfully, at least on this project. Alright. So, that part's done. I ended up using a 12.75 inch socket, 1/2 inch drive. It's only 12 point I had. Should have cleaned it better. Life goes on. Okay, so that's done. Alright, now we can move the hold down bolt, get the injector out of there. So, let's see, can we get this propped up where we can see, and then we'll be on our way. I guess we can pull this shit out. Alright, let's see what we can do here. If anything. Alright. Get the ratchet off, okay. Set that over here. Oh no. Okay, here's the hold down and the bolt. Oh my god, this thing is wrecked. Let me get a better magnet. Alright, well. So here's our injector. Alright. Nothing. Okay, that's harder than I made it look. Sounded good. There's the connector for the new one, right there. No, I got it, yeah, right there. Yeah, I got the Injector stabbed in the hole. So I'm just running the bolt in by hand as far as I can, just kind of help to seat the injector gently. Looks like we're just about where it needs to be, and it definitely went down as we screwed in, so hopefully we're in the right place. Pretty good. Looks comparable to the others. I'm a little concerned about the rotation of it. Let's see if I get the camera on it. A little bit concerned about the rotation. Okay, so I'm looking at the proximity of it and the rocket arm there. And so there's really no option to turn it, and the others are close too if you look at them. So hopefully it won't be an issue. Hopefully. Anyway, so I just got to torque this bolt down to the recommended spec, and that'll be installed. Alright, so we will torque this to 24 pound-feet, foot-pounds, however you want to say it. Okay. Just seemed like a lot, so let's keep going. Get out of there. There it is. Alright, we're there. Alright. Alright, so we've got the oil rail back on the truck, and I've started the bolts, all the bolts for it, just finger tight. Well, not even tight, they're just started on the threads basically. And so I brought out this deal here. I can can use to kind of spin them down by hand. And if there's room, I can actually use the 1/4 inch handle, nut driver handle. So, so what I'm going to do now is run them all in by hand. And then I don't have the actual spec for the torque sequence. I'm just going to work my way from the inside out. They only go down to 10 foot-pounds. Alright, well, I've made a little progress here, as you might see. Turbo's back in place. I got the valve cover just hanging on there with a couple bolts, waiting on the dummy plug. My wife's picking it up right now. And let's see here. So yeah, we put the dummy plug back in there, we can put the valve cover back on. And then we can put the Fickum back on, all that good stuff. Yeah, I got the turbo mounted, I got the exhaust hooked up. Got the flange clamp over here tightened down. Yeah, I touched the oil feed tube. It stood up way higher than I expected. Maybe it got bent coming off of there. So I started the bolts and kind of drew it down slowly, one side at a time. It looks okay to me. I'm not seeing any issue with it. Put new O-rings on it, put new O-rings on the drain. Lining up the drain was a pain in the butt, but I do believe I successfully managed to do it. I figure while I'm waiting on her to come back with that, I could probably go ahead and reconnect the hot side CAC tube. It goes from here down to the intercooler over here. And then pretty much all that'll be left when she gets here is slap that dummy plug in, bolt on the valve cover, reinstall the Fickum, and refill the oil, all that good stuff, put the intake back together. Really, it's just a lot of piddly stuff, really, at this point. Fickum will go right here on top of these connectors. Again, brackets have to be reinstalled first, though, of course. All right, Anita to the rescue. Ford had the part in stock. Dummy plug city, baby. Well, good morning. Beautiful Tuesday morning. The birds are singing. Big red's almost done. Get all this stuff put back together yesterday. About all that's missing now is the air intake. And I've left it out so that I can get the engine degreaser and clean off all this oil and such that's everywhere. And yeah, so I got a plastic bag over the air intake there. Yeah, these two connectors here that go to the air intake, one's for the mass air sensor and the other for the filter minder. I got those bagged up, keep water out of the connections. It took about 5 quarts of oil to fill the engine, and I think I could probably put another little bit of oil in. I didn't want to overdo it. I wanted to give it some time to run down. We're well within safe range on that. So I was looking at the air filter and it's just ailing and nasty. So we're going to go ahead and get it cleaned up with the old filter cleaner here. So get that cleaned up and oiled. So that's going to take time to dry before I can oil it and put it back on. So I'm going to start that process first, and then I'll jump over here, sweep up the old kitty litter, and then proceed to wash the engine. Get under there with the creeper crawler, degrease the transmission where the oil ran on that, and then this is all that's left to go back on the truck. I mean, we got this air intake set up here, these parts here, and then I got the driver's side tailpipe got to go back on, and then of course the muffler that's in the shed. I think we just about got that oil change on the muffler done. So yeah, today should wrap it. So it's a pretty day to do our thing, and we'll get her done.
Yeah, so it took several tries of cranking the engine to actually refill the oil, high pressure oil system after removing the oil rail and the fuel injector and everything. So yeah, I had to charge it and crank it and charge it and crank it, and then finally she started up. Of course, I didn't have the camera going when it finally did start, but we did get it started.
It's alive! Bag of marbles rattling around. I need it. Let's see here. So the muffler would go there, but look at there. It's not chooching. Got her off the cigarettes. About that. Show the mirror. Doofus! For Christ's sake. You're not getting the mirror. So you can see the no chooch. No chooch.
No chooch. Real. Just like old times.
Feels like it.